And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure for us to introduce our next keynote speaker for today. She is a remarkable individual, and she definitely does embody the essence of resilience and tenacity. An acclaimed writer and film director, she has captured the hearts of many with her compelling storytelling as well as her unyielding spirit. Today, she will be coming and joining us, and she's going to share her insights as well as a very beautiful personal journey in a session that has been titled From Setbacks to Comebacks, The Power of Persistence, presented by Adani. Her narrative is not just about overcoming obstacles, but it's also about how you take those obstacles, you transform them into opportunities, the ones that stand for growth as well as success. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome onto our stage this wonderful spirit that is definitely an incredible testament to how we can inspire, explore perseverance. Put your hands together. Let's welcome onto our stage Tahira Kashyap. Yes, a warm welcome to you to Goa Fest 2024. And Tahira will be joined in conversation by Atika Farooqui, a celebrity host and actor.
Hello, how are you doing? So Tahira, I welcome you, and I must tell you, I have been quite enchanted by your story, your journey, your life, and how and into what you have evolved in the last many, many years. I watch your Instagram, I've seen your film in Mami Film Festival, and there is a lot of freshness to the way women and womanhood is described, especially as a filmmaker in the world of creativity after motherhood, when a woman goes out to reclaim her story. There is this one couplet, a sher. Actually, it's my own, and I want to dedicate it to you.
Wow.
It goes like this. Mehnge libas, कीमती जेवर, ऊंची सैंडल. महंगे लिबास, कीमती जेवर, ऊंची सैंडल. मुखौटों के पीछे के मलाल पहचान ना पाओगे. कामयाब औरतें कुछ इस अदा से मुस्कुराती हैं कि उनके दिल का असल हाल कभी जान ना पाओगे.
Oof, wah, wah, please. This is beautiful.
Yeah, so there is, beyond every beautiful looking face and the crown on the head, is quite a difficult story and a journey. So when you look back 15 years ago, and we will come to the entire journey, entire story, you look into your mirror and you see a Tahira 15 years ago. And now you look into the mirror and you see a Tahira post 15 years of your life. What are the adjectives that have changed in your mind?
First of all, hello everyone, good evening. Thank you so much for making to this session. It's 53 degrees Celsius in Delhi. Small wins, let's be happy and grateful we are in Bombay today. The past 15 years, I think life is such a journey for each one of us, whether we are 20 and when we become 30, we look back, whether we are 40, we look back, 50, 60, 70, whatever stage of life that we are at. 15 years before would definitely be a little immature, more restless, less grounded, bubbling with energy but also anxiety version of us. I'm sure most of us will agree to it. Do you? The same thing was with me. When I was just about 15 years back, I did want to conquer the world. That spirit still stays. I want to conquer the world. But the definition of the world has changed. Earlier on, I wanted eyes on me. And today I've realized that I need to be seen by myself first. So that concept of getting appreciation, validation from the world has changed. I have figured out that I should mean the world to myself. And that's what, it just looks like I'm giving a Miss Universe sort of a pageant answer. Profound, but it's taken me years to come to this. I hope you appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is this, everybody turns a new chapter in their life. We've all done that. A friend of mine once told me that You know, even your mobile gets a software upgrade. So why not humans? Humans have to upgrade their software and sometimes even their hardware, which is like gymming and just getting into a different body. Sometimes you have to go to a war with yourself to attain a whole new, different you. Tell me about this software upgrade and the hardware upgrade that you as a woman, a filmmaker, a mother, had to go through in the last 5 to 10 years maybe.
Oh, women go through hardware upgradation a lot. And I'm talking about cosmetology and all the cosmetic surgeries and all of that, though that's also fine. But to each their own. But I think as women, I was just reading somewhere that how does a day start for a man? They feel victorious, they're very happy, and with regards and giving all regards to all the men out here, thank you for attending the session. But it's true, this testosterone level remains the same throughout the day and the month and the week. Of course, with age, it might alter. But for a woman in a 24-hour cycle, estrogen, progesterone. So every day is so different. Every hour is so different for women. And they are sort of, getting out of the bed to conquer the day after conquering these things, And when you enter a conference room, you don't want to sort of sound vulnerable and say, oh, I got my period, I got my cramp, I'm having a headache, I'm having a migraine, my estrogen is up, and nobody's interested. But we have gone through all of that to reach a place. And then when women reach a certain position and they're not respected and acknowledged, it's a little sad because they really have worked, they literally, I'm not allowed to use the word, but literally their ass off to reach where they have, and they have overcome a lot of physiological changes that men biologically do not go through. And all these do play an important part in achieving your milestones in life. So of course, when it comes to mental health, it's equally important for men and women. But women, there is an added hormonal play which is happening. Apna ek alag movie chal rahi hai andar. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. So Tahira wrote a book on motherhood and she wrote a book on womanhood. And both of them were like bestsellers, they did very well. And there's like, हम अक्सर अपने परेशानियों को थोड़ा सा morose, थोड़ा macabre तरीके से देखते हैं. But you have a humorous take about things. Now when we talk of gender conversations, and you're a filmmaker too, you've been writing books, and through social media, we can even see you as an influence, where you, on a daily basis, you give out something to the world that helps the world see things in a different way. And particularly one of them is gender conversations. When we talk about women doing better in life, because also one of the pillars of your identity is also, somebody would call you Ayushman's wife, right? And we've seen that famous web series, The Glamorous Lives of Bollywood Wives, right? So for the longest time, especially the Indian viewers see Bollywood wives as a very privileged lot, thinking that they have got everything easy, that they don't even need to go out and bake their own bread. While you are quite a contrarian other side to that perception. Talk about that. How has that bracket been and how much of an effort it was to kind of break it?
Somebody asked me, how does it feel to be Tahira Kashyap, and some people call you Mrs. Khurana. Do you get worked up? And I said, no. There was a time I used to, and I really wanted to prove to the world, मैं Tahira Kashyap हूँ. Tahira बोलो, Mrs. Kashyap बोलो, उसके आगे नहीं. But like I said, there's a difference. Coming back to your first question, what you are at the age of 20 and then what you are after 15 years or 20 years later. The difference is that it doesn't make a difference to me anymore. In fact, I take pride in all the relationships that I have in my life. I value them so deeply. I'm so grateful that I do not mind being called. In fact, I take pride in being called Virajveer and Varushka's mother, or Ayushman's wife, or my parents' daughter. My identity is just not defined by my name. These people have a big role to play, and today I'm very grateful. So whether you call me Tahira Kashyap Khurana, Bollywood wife, star wife, not mated, wannabe, मेरे को बिल्कुल फर्क नहीं पड़ता. I have absolute regard for your point of view, but I would really appreciate if you would see me as a person and not just as a title. So that's been a difference in my life and perception.
Yeah, so true. And Miss Anupriya is here. I saw her. Hi. We've seen Miss Megha Tata for the longest time as a part of Goa Fest and various other platforms. We all know the story of Indira Nui. I have worked with Shireen Bhan. I've worked with Viacom, which has like, if you go to any floor, you see more of women than men. So yeah, the world is changing pretty fast, and there has come a time where you don't ask a successful woman, oh, what's the name of your husband? You know, there is this whole new identity to a person irrespective of their gender or their marital status or anything like that. One of the very inspiring phases, to others about your life was also how you came out of a disease called cancer. We all know, by the way, I hope everybody knows that India has become the cancer capital of the world. We have a huge number of people battling the disease. Whether or not it is headlined in the newspapers or no, but it is out there. The things that we are eating, what we are drinking, the air that we are breathing, the technology we sleep with, the mind that is so less prone to resistance than probably 30 years ago because of a whole new set of insecurities, life problems, competition, things like that. Anyway, that's a different discussion. Everybody would want to know your mantra of resilience and how you came out of it. I remember Rahat Indori is a very popular poet who's no more. He wrote a beautiful couplet that said, Tahira, na hum safar na kisi hamnashi se niklega, hamare paon ka kaata hum hi se niklega.
Wow.
Which is, you are solely responsible.
Please give a round of applause. The beautiful shairi. Beautiful.
And Meryl Streep had said, take your broken heart, turn it into art. There was another quote that says, at any point in time, you have the power to say, this is not how my story will end. But a person has to be connected that world of inspiration. You know, just being alone in your distressed world, knowing that I have this problem, you need that one person, one angel to reach out to you and say, hey, you'll be okay, you can do it. For me, it was books, inspirational quotes, things like that. Briefly, I know that you've done it so many times that even you don't want to visit that phase. But just for everybody sitting over here, how did you come out? What were your pillars of strength?
I think each one of us go through our own tough phases in life, whether it's in the form of relationships or health, finances, heartbreak, not being able to have a heartbreak, not having a relationship. There's so many different aspects of a life that can bog us down. And nobody wants a hardship coming their way. And I wasn't expecting this coming my way. It was pretty early in life, I felt. And not that it's never too late also. You don't expect this to happen. But very honestly, it's not that I don't know what special did I do, what did I do, or what did I do not do. I'm just so grateful to the universe. I also know many people who tried their best and were not able to see another day. And it's not that they aren't warriors. I don't even know if one has to take pride in the word survivor. Kaun survive nahi karna chahta? Everybody wants to live. Everyone wants to make it. So I don't know what credit to take for it. But one thing that supported me through the journey was I was going very strong in my faith. And I don't know if faith stops you from having obstacles, because that's what I don't believe in. You will, for as long as you're alive, you'll keep having obstacles, you'll keep having struggles to make a film, to live another day, health issues, financial issues. But your faith gives you the energy and the positivity to acknowledge your small wins. And it's as small as breathing, and it's as big as living another day. So I have been following Nichiren's Buddhism. And that gave me a lot of strength. Because that's where I learned that I came across beautiful phrases and quotes. And so, one quote that I came across was, you have the power to change your destiny. But this quote I sort of imbibed and I sort of started to live by when I wanted to make a career for myself. ये नहीं सोचा था कि ये किसी और दिन किसी और चीज़ के लिए काम आएगा. And it also taught me how to not get bogged down by an obstacle. It goes on to say that, you know, we choose our lives for ourselves, the blueprint of our lives. Each one of us sitting here has a very unique life. The issues are also going to be unique, probably generic होगा बोलने के लिए क्या finances है, but जिस तरीके से आपके ज़िंदगी में आता है और आप जिस तरीके से उसको tackle करते हो बहुत unique है. So we all choose our blueprints of our lives. If we have chosen something for our life, whether it's the wins or the obstacles, we will not choose something that we will get defeated by. We will choose something that it sort of pushes us to such an extent that it brings out the best version of us. We all know we expand when we are put under stress or we are not. So the only way to progress in life is to do something which you've been uncomfortable with. Otherwise, there's no evolution, there's no progress. So when issues come into your lives, obstacles come into your lives, problems comes to your life, be grateful because now you have the opportunity to change the situation that you are in. Situations don't change if you don't face adversity. All this I learned from this practice, that obstacles come so that you use it as a springboard, get on top of it, jump onto it, and go on to the next level of life. So that all gave me a lot of strength. And I have utmost gratitude to life and to universe to even understand this philosophy. ये भी आपके हाथ में नहीं होता कि आपकी philosophy आपको समझ भी आए कि ना आए. So whether that comes from a person in your life who's giving you strength, whether that comes from a philosophy, from the God, from spiritual energy, or even if you're an atheist, at least believe in life. If it's happened to you, it's happened to you for a purpose. Believe in that purpose. Believe in the reason for which you're born. There's something that each one of us is born to achieve. And the best thing that I learned from this philosophy was to add value. जब अपने से नज़रें हटती हैं, दूसरों के लिए प्रेयर्स या दुआएं जाती हैं, अपना भी काम हो जाता है. So the idea is to think globally, to think about all the people in this room. So if there are 4 corners in this room, and in 3 corners, there are people happy in the 3 corners, and this is the room that we all are in. And in one corner, somebody is diseased or feeling unhappy. That unhappiness will reach out to the other 3 corners in some time or not. So to be delusional about the fact that I am happy and everybody else is suffering, मुझे घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता, is going to bite you someday. तो वो थोड़ा समझ आया that you need to have the heart to reach out to people, and the best way to encourage yourself is to encourage the person in front of you. All this has helped me. I hope it helps you too.
Anyway, so moving on to your journey as a creator, Tahira, you're a filmmaker, and I know that you're going to be a very good filmmaker because all the directors that I converse with on TV, they have a very powerful background story. And they draw inspiration from that. That can be something very sad, something very happy, something they want to share with the world. And mostly it comes from an area of pathos. Look at Imtiaz Ali's film. He stood the test of time. Why? Because there is some ability to reach out to the people in distress. Anyway, when you go full time as a filmmaker and like full hog as a filmmaker, and we've now seen Sharma Ji Ki Beti, your first film, and several short films that you have already done. What are the narratives that you would like to propel in the world of creativity that only you can do?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है कि only I can do. A lot of people and they're doing a brilliant job. But like I said, we all are so unique that the way we experience, even today's session will be experienced differently by different people. किसी को boring लगेगा, किसी को interesting लगेगा, किसी को hope दिखेगी, किसी को hopeless लगेगा. It's just how we are. So we all are different. My way of filmmaking is, I believe it's true to myself. Yeah, I have done a couple of short films. They have traveled the length and breadth of the world. They have gone to a lot of film festivals. My first short film, Toffee, was critically acclaimed. My first feature film, which should be out very soon, please give it all your love and support. It was screened at Mami Film Festival and it got a good response, very humbling response, thank you.
Where can they watch it?
It's going to come out soon. collective दुआएं करें तो शायद सुन जाए भगवान. So I think that's what it is. So very inherently, innately, I'm a feminist, and I feel even the men who are open to listening and hearing and talking about women's stories are beautiful feminists too. And feminist doesn't mean women are better than men, not at all. I don't want to see a life without men. I love men. I check them out too. But I inherently it's just to say that men and women are beautiful and they need to be appreciated in the spaces and should be given equal opportunities, equal pays, equal everything. That's what I stand for. So inherently thoda gaze mera female perspective se hai. I have enjoyed the film Crew. I have enjoyed Lapata Ladies. I have enjoyed all these beautiful films I've come across. I want to go on to make a commercial film, but whatever film I'll make, I know my protagonist, female protagonist, will not be a table on the stage, or she'll not be just a water bottle. She'll have more to contribute to the story. She'll have a unique take. And I think it'll be interesting for the audience to also look into the shades of grey that women also have, or a funny bone that they have. So yeah, I look forward to my journey. It's just started, and hopefully everybody gets to see many of the films that I make.
In the end, I want to talk about your books. So her books are 7 Sins of Being a Mother and 12 Commandments of Being a Woman. Talk about one sin of being a mother and one commandment of being a woman.
I think दोनों को combine कर लेती हूँ. Gender पे आ जाता है. As a gender, women are guilty. Mother, no mother, bachelor, single, whether in college, whether in school, whether a teenager, whether a mother, single mother, or in a relationship. I think there's one emotion that sort of defines all of us is guilt. So if you're working, you are guilty that your kids are at home. If you are at home, then you're guilty. You're not making it out on the world. You're fat, you're guilty, you're fat, you're thin, you're guilty, you're thin. Yeah, so this I think is just a part of our DNA memory and some conditioning जो हमारे पुरखों से आया and it's just there within us. I think that's one thing that we need to sort of figure out in ourselves. There is a spoken word that I said, in this world of lactose-free, sugar-free, refined oil-free, we'll find all of that, but I'm yet to find a woman who's guilt-free. So it's a rarity. I think we all are guilty at some way. Yeah, she acknowledges it. I'm going to clap for you also. Because we all need to sort of work on this quality of it. कि हाँ यार, बिना guilt के stage पे आ जाओ, अभी भी मुझे ये है कि very honestly, my son is performing in a musical. And I'm right here, and this is the first time in my life I haven't gone to my child's performance. And he's got a good role, and he really wanted me to come. And I was so guilty, but I'm working on it. At least I'm acknowledging कि मेरा काम है, मुझे यहाँ पर आना है. This is also a part of me, and I want to respect this commitment. And I will go for his show tomorrow. Thankfully, there are 3 shows that he's doing. But the guilt always stays. That's what I'm working towards, and that's what I hope each and every one works towards. किसी दिन कमरे में आओ और confidently आओ कि हाँ मैं आई हूँ, मुझे घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता घर पे राशन है कि नहीं है.
Yeah, but the whole ecosystem, actually the whole world. So I heard this very nice interview of Indra Nooyi, and she says, let's catch the bull by the horn. सिर्फ ये कहने से काम नहीं चलेगा that mothers must work. You have to create an ecosystem. Where is the caregiving facility? Where is the caregiving ecosystem? The grandparents, the creches, your creches at workplace, and so many things. So I guess there are so many advertisers sitting over here, and we are the brightest and the most creative mind in the industry. And we must think of narratives that support the future ecosystem. अगर आधी आबादी औरतों की है हिंदुस्तान में, पूरी दुनिया में, and they will bear children, and they will grow up to be another generation, then something has to be done in the first 10 years at least. Give me one sin of being commandment of being a woman.
That's what I said. I think one thing we stick to is the guilt, and one commandment is for all the women, make your own commandment. Do not succumb to the commandments set by the society. the boxes that define you as beautiful. But the concept of success should be individual, unique. For some women, it's becoming the CEO, and for some women, it's cherishing the bougainvillea in your balcony. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Wow, beautiful. And I want to, I feel very closely for the issues of women. And I have a lot of respect for men too, because I know we are both collaborators. Let's end this with a small couplet. औरतों को खिलने के लिए एक खास मौसम चाहिए. Listen to this carefully, because it could be your mother, your sister too. औरतों को खिलने के लिए एक खास मौसम चाहिए. बेखौफ सड़कें, आसान रिश्ते, अच्छे दोस्त. औरतों को खिलने के लिए एक खास मौसम चाहिए. बेखौफ सड़कें, आसान रिश्ते, अच्छे दोस्त. ये मिल जाएं तो खुशियाँ दिल से आ लगेंगी. जो मैं दफ्तर देखूं, तुम भी घर देखना. तुझको मेरी दुआ लगेगी, मुझको तेरी दुआ लगेगी.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you so much. I guess we are way past
So
our time.
lovely, Atika. It was such a lovely session. Thank you so much.